Hey up, I'm Guy Kesterman, the Tester Man.
I'm
and
not.
for the Polaris month, and for the Polaris ride of the month this month, we are in the fantastic Dales Bike Centre with Stewie in the drains there, and Anna from Anna on the Bike.
Hello.
And we're doing about 40k of some belting single track, some big open mine track riding, a novelty rusty rock crusher.
Oh!
One of the most fantastic bouldering descents you'll get anywhere, and then some old historic stuff as well. But as we're at the bike centre, you've got amazing cake, courtesy of Brenda and the team. You've got amazing drain clearance, courtesy of Stewie. You've got accommodation there, you've got a bike shop there, and you've got typically northern weather coming in over the brow there. So we'll see if we can escape that. But I mean, it's all weather riding. I would say this is a mountain bike route, really, especially with Bunt and Hush on the cards. Best on a mountain bike. Yeah, as usual, you know, if you're brave, you can do it on a gravel bike. But I reckon travel and nobbles for this one.
Well, I'll find out, won't I? Because I've never done it before.
It's mint, mate. It's mint.
Mint.
And as usual, GPX, route description, fly through on Strava and everything is on the Polaris website. So we'll get going. This is going to be a complicated gig, this, because I'm vlogging, Anna's vlogging, so we're going to have to take it in turns. But anyway, come out the Dales Bike Centre, head towards Reeth, and then take this little turn up to High Fremington. But the good news is, we're not going to do Fremington Edge.
What is
because
that? Is that a climb already?
Yeah, it's Fremington's Edge. It's a horrific climb. But we're not going to do all of that, because it's horrific, and also it just leads to a bit of boring gravel, really. But I best stop talking and change gear for this. So, a little bit of a climb out the village. And then we're on to the single track. You can loop round on the road. Obviously, if you want the best, nice gentle warm-up, you go straight up the steep loose climb here. Anna enjoying a nice bit of gentle zone 2 warming up.
I'm about to throw up my cup of tea.
The Hard Rock Enduro, which is all run on private tracks, so don't be using them. But if you want to come and spectate, Heckler's Wood over there is the spot to go for baying crowds, out for blood and broken bikes. While we're rolling along this nice bit of easy single track, well, double track I guess, what I could have done is actually taking you straight up there. But A, it's a really brutal rocky climb, but also it's just gravel on the far side. To say, I'd forgotten what a really nice bit of old rolling rocky road this is. Lots of twists and turns and rises and falls to get you into the rocky Swaledale Moon. Actually, we're on this side of the river, it might even be Garthdale. Anyway, it's the Dales. That's the main thing. Well, that is proper pretty. Right, so a little bit of navigation after that pretty river bit. You actually need to turn hard right, hardish right, up the indistinct grassy track rather than following what looks like the obvious trail that's more level, because that's actually a footpath. And we only realised that once we got back up to the farm. I don't have to backtrack now, but yeah. Once you pass this bit, hopefully I'll be able to keep us on track. And obviously if you download GPX, you can get it on the website.
Maybe get it on the bar as well.
Yeah, that could be a thing. Never catch on though. Then we've got loads of this little hop and hustle contouring single track. Now we're above the river. I love this bit. It is quite gatey though, so the more people in the group, the more flow you'll have along here. Whereas if you're solo, it might be a bit stop-starty. And obviously it's crucial that you do close all those gates properly, because letting livestock loose is going to get us a really bad rep with the local farmers, and that puts events up here in jeopardy. So far, Hard Rock have got a great reputation around here, so I need to keep it that way. Gear down for this one. Come on, crack on. Come on. There you do. This is always a nice little challenging squeeze as you're working your way along.
Guy will talk to anyone, even the sheep. Oh look, a gate.
And this is interesting because you can see all the debris here in the river. This is from the massive floods they had. It's 2019. The whole area was decimated by flooding. And Ardrock was actually washed out. Dale's Bike Centre was nearly washed away. The whole place, proper carnage. So it's been a load of rebuilding since. Bit of swoopiness down to the river. Lovely sunny day, but there's a bit of a wind. We'll know all about that later, I'm sure. Now we've got the clattery, cobbly riverside bit. And actually we're in Lower Ark and Garthdale now, I think. And that's the dale that goes all the way up to Town Hill. The highest pub in the UK. But we're about to stop. We're about to ride past another cracking little hostelry any second now. And that's the Red Lion, which is a famous stop-off on the Ardrock if you get Thursday before stage 3. And the landlady there, I mean, it's basically a front room with some beer taps in it. Left turn. It's basically a front room with some beer taps in it, but the landlady has worked there since she was 14. And that was in 1967. And they do, I think it's something like half their year's takings just on the Saturday and Sunday, well, Friday, Saturday, Sunday of Ardrock. So, you know, that's the positive influence that mountain biking can have on a community like this. And now we've peeled off the road and we're twiddling on over the moor. Proper beautiful up here. I think I've said that before, but it's kind of a recurring theme. So picturesque. And then behind us, that's the scarp that we ran along underneath at the start of the ride. Curlews are out. Skylarks are out. We're out. Happy days. What? And I must admit, at this point in the ride, it might feel like you're putting in quite a lot of effort for not a huge amount of descending, especially with this headwind. And don't worry, it's coming. What goes up and along must come down eventually. And it is hella pretty.
Oh, my ears.
Pardon? Yeah. But it's the easiest way to be a professional rider. By far. Yeah, I can DNF from mid-pack at Lee Quarry and I'm still a professional at 53 and I'm still a professional rider. No one's going to renew your contract for next year on that, are they? Whoa! Shit!
Oh, that's a trifecta, isn't it? I mean, are we still live, people?
9 tunnels, they go right off into the hillside, yeah. And when you get to the fork here, we crack on up to Level House Bridge. A left turn, finally. I know, we're on telly. We're on telly. And there are 2 bits that make the trundle up here worthwhile. These incredible views and the big red rusty rock eater. Yeah, so even right up here, this, you know, this is a big industrial area. Proper bleak back then. You know, proper hard men, this, proper Guy Martin moment, yeah, it'd be a There'll be rum coves up here, working up here. That's proper grafting, is that? And now we've peeled off the top track and we're headed into Bunton Hush. So it's not signposted or anything, so keep an eye on your map or your GPX and look out for the cairns. Hang on, hang on, hang on. Anna! 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 Proper moonscape this! Yeah, straight up.
There's a cairn over there.
Ah, down here. You go.
What? Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I'm
down there.
worried I'm going the wrong way.
No, no. But one of the classic descents in the Dales, this. If you like them rowdy and rocky anyway. Like I say, this is formed by the miners basically damming a stream at the top and then letting the water fully rip open the hillside to do their hard work for them. It is a proper jank fest. And look at that for a view! Pretty amazing, eh? Yeah,
Let's do it.
I'll get a shot of you coming down.
Oh my god, I'm fine.
Bunton Hush. And now from here we're running all the way down the valley on this bridleway. So still pretty windy, but this is your payback.
Here he comes, chatting away.
And again, old smelting and mine works. Another big old industrial area. And the streams coming down from the Dales. It's mad you've got these big ore smelting furnaces. In the middle of nowhere up here. You know, you look over there and it looks like all unspoiled nature. And then boom, industry. And now, finally, got the proper descent back into Swaledale. And this is a doozy. Just really nice, old school, rolling, grassy descent. And bone dry as well today, which is a proper bonus. And the gates are open. Seems to be lucky with gates on descents on these Polaris rides. And it's not a headwind. I think we're upsetting the lapwings though. Now we're back down into dry stone wall line. Even the farm tracks are pretty fun around here. Hey. Proper short on the sheep territory, this. Not sure Anna's that keen on the next hill though. We'll see. And now we're dropping into Gunnerside Village. Nice little pub here. If you fancy a refreshment. King's Head. You got my beard. But we're running a bit short on time, so we're going to scoot through and over to the Coffin Road. And now it's down the Swale Trail, the old Coffin Road. And this is called the Coffin Road because Grinton was the only burial ground for this upper part of Swaledale. So even communities like Muker, I mean it's 7 miles back to Grinton now. And it's about another 7 miles up the valley to Muker and Kelb. They couldn't afford a hearse carriage. The funeral party would carry the coffins all the way down this track down the side of the valley to Grinton to be buried. And if you look carefully, you can actually see there are stones set into the walls on the side where they'd rest the coffins as they were going along. But you know, now it's just absolutely lovely way to get straight down this and back to the bike centre if you don't fancy doing the final hike up the hill and then back down again. Well, there's a lovely floral tribute. And like I say, you can carry on along the valley bottom, or from this point you can climb up the bridleway for one last fairly chunky climb, but it's a belter of a descent. So I reckon it's worth it. I reckon it's worth one last climb, eh, Anna?
You said that 3 climbs ago.
Yeah.
You literally did. Literally 3 climbs ago.
But this really is.
But this time I mean it.
It is quite a climb, I'm not going to lie. But final 2 bits of single track are absolutely worth it. But this is the descent that Stewie assures me makes that final climb worthwhile. Actually missed filming the top of it, so I wasn't sure I was on the right entrance, but I think we're on it now. Flowing across the top of the moors. A descent that goes up, obviously, it being this route. Anna's going to love me for this one. Take a bit of care following it. As you can see, but the route is there. She's sharp-eyed. And for once, we've actually got a tailwind. Oh, this is sweet. And I think this is where, yeah, this is where it actually, oh yeah, I do remember this. Yeah, this is the proper descent. Oh yes. Now you're talking. Proper, loose, rowdy, more than single track descent. Oh, this is a beauty. I have ridden this before, but literally, I don't think it's this century. Blimey. Oh, this does get quite spicy. Yeah, don't take too much speed into that section. Glad I'm on my longer travel bike today. I'm on the Trek Fuel EX, if you're interested. Running mullet, 150mm lyric on the front. So it's kind of a play bike format, but light enough to roll all day. But whoa! Oh, this descent! Yeah, well worth. I nearly had to push on that climb, to be fair. get quite emotional. But this, I think Anna's going to forgive me for this one. Phew! Oh yes. Oh, it's still going on. Pipeline is flowing. What a cracking piece of trail. That is amazing. And it doesn't follow the bridleway alignment exactly, but I think the actual bridleway doesn't even exist on the moor. So, you know, that's definitely the usable, recommended route down, but yeah, spicy one. Phew. Still flowing, still going. Oh yes, especially in these conditions. I imagine it does get a bit boggy in winter, but you know, luckily I've had enough to have had a dry spring. Still going. This is the 12-inch remix. Extended play all day. God, my calves are starting to ache. Just on a descent. That's a sign of how long it is. Right now, I do think, you know, got a little climb up, Stewie says, before the last instalment. But wow! Phew! And it's just a little pull up above this dry stone wall to the left. Gets you onto this nice little bit of contouring single track. As you can see, Dale Bike Centre in a reef. Down there now. Not far to go. No single tracking. For the final drop down into Grinton. This is the last leg that keeps on giving. And there's Grinton Lodge. It used to be a youth hostel. I don't know if it still is. Obviously if it is, I'll put that in the ride description. It's obviously first port of call for accommodation. He's Stewie's at the Dales Bike Centre. But he used to be the warden of that youth hostel, so at a pinch, go there. And now we've just got the final grassy blast down into Grinton and over the bridge back to Stewie and Brent's. Proper old school ride. That's what we like here. That's what this Polaris ride series is all about. Big old wild loops. I mean, obviously it goes without saying, as you can see, there's been quite a lot of exposure on this route, so take an extra layer, pay heed to the weather forecast. It's a pretty unforgiving landscape if you get caught out in it. And don't be daft around livestock and always shut gates. And if you're looking for somewhere to eat before or after your ride, there's a load of good places in Reef. And then Richmond is only just down the valley as well. Big town, castle, history, takeaways. Quite a good chippy from what I remember. And now, just the last hump over the bridge. Yep, we're done. Thank you very much, Swaledale. That last descent did the trick. Anna's forgiven me for all the climbing.
So how are you guys?
All right, love. Oh, sorry, this is Stu. Stu from Dale's Bike Centre. The legend.
Bit wind bitten.
Bit wind bitten.
Yeah.
I'm not surprised. It was windy down here.
Bit windy. No rain, though. That rain was a lie. It was a lie. Yeah, wind blew it away. You loved the wind, didn't you?
Oh, good. Yeah, good.
And barely any hills.
So
Exactly the same number of hills as I said there would be.
All clustered together.
did you get all the way up there and not have any trouble?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Why?
good.
Well, oh no, I got told off by a man with a generator because it's filming up there. He tried to run me over in a 4x4, but everyone else just waved and smiled.
All right.
So, yeah, exactly.
You found Mr. Grumpy.
Yeah. I bring it out in people. What can I say, Stewie? Right. So, massive thanks to Anna coming around with me and enduring the
Getting dragged
headwinds.
around, yeah.
Yeah, a lovely bit of breeze. Bracing, that was. Like I say, GPX is in the written file on the Polaris website. This video will be on there as well, without adverts and Strava fly through. Basically, all the details and a written description on the route, some bit of local history on it as well. And yeah, all the standard route guide, gubbins, how to get here, that kind of thing. So head for the Polaris website to check out all the details. But massive thanks to you guys for watching. Thanks to Stewie and Brenda and Claire at the Dales Bike Centre for looking after us and for looking after anyone else who comes here. And thanks to Anna from Anna on a Bike for coming along for the ride. So, how do people follow you, Anna?
They go to YouTube and type Anna on the Bike, all one word, and they'll probably find me.
Yeah, or Anna on the Bike on Instagram as well.
Yes, yeah, same.
Yeah. And for here, look up Dales Bike Centre. So, thanks for watching. See you for the next one.